Commission rates have not really changed. Even nationally, they're saying, there's been hardly any change in what commissions are being paid. And locally, that's the case. And some might make the case, in some cases, they've even gone up in terms of what's happening and the way it's being administered.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
For the most part, they are understanding that they sign a buyer's brokerage or they work with a buyer, and then that commission is getting negotiated.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah, it is. It's getting negotiated. So what we're talking about is the NAR settlement that changed the way we do transactions and basically changed the administration. Didn't really change. I mean, the effect on the numbers has been insignificant. Honestly, the commission rates have not really changed. Even nationally, they're saying, there's been hardly any change in what commissions are being paid. And locally, that's the case. And some might make the case, in some cases, they've even gone up. In terms of what's happening and the way it's being administered. But yes, so now we have to, before we can take a buyer out and show them property, we have to put them under contract. And here at Berkshire Hathaway, we use an exclusive contract because we don't want to get involved with a client who's working with multiple agents and we won't get paid at the end of the transaction. It's just not worth our time and not worth our effort. So we insist on an exclusive. I know there are some brokerages out there who are doing non-exclusive.
Sure, and that's their right.
And absolutely, they're welcome to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure it's effective. I'm not sure that's
just
really...
like an attorney can work on a case on a contingency.
Yeah.
Or they can charge by the hour.
Yeah.
They could do a flat fee. Right. Same thing.
Yep.
To each his own.
We're doing ours on contingency. I mean, we're on contingency.
You really are, yeah.
Yeah, we're on contingency. If we don't perform, we don't get paid. And so,
the model will forever modify.
Yeah.
There are some groups out there right now. I was just reading about a startup, it was Midwest.
Uh-huh.
And you pay a little bit of money to be taken to an open house.
Right. Yeah.
For example, that would be pay as you go.
Yeah.
And that I don't see that model working out. I really don't. It could. I mean, there could be somebody, but
yeah, I know there's buyer services. As a matter of fact, one of the people who was involved in the original lawsuit developed his own system for working with buyers. I won't say his name, but he's worked out a whole new system working with buyers after he sued us all for the way we work with sellers. And so, and I'm not sure how successful he's going to be. I kind of read a little bit about his model. I'm not sure that's really a smart model either. I mean, ultimately, the reason. Look, when I talk to my clients, one of the reasons I get paid what they might consider to be a lot during a transaction, because I'm not working only during the transaction. I mean, I'm their realtor all the time, and I might be answering questions throughout their lifetime and their span. I don't get paid for that.
Correct.
And you don't want me paid on an hourly basis because I'd have to charge a ridiculous rate to be paid on an hourly basis.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing on the commissions that you brought up, we look at contracts every day.
Yeah.
It's a small, I think the range has kind of narrowed into this area that is very common to what it was before.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit off on the buyer side, but we're actually seeing the listing agents actually charging more and getting more than what they were in the past.
Yeah, I think that's happened. And, as I talk to, when I'm working with a seller and I explain to them the process, I think it's really important to explain the various possibilities for buyers. Like, for instance, they could come unrepresented. Or they could ask me as the listing agent to represent both sides. Or I could say to them, well, I'm not willing to do that, but maybe one of my team members could represent you. We want to establish rates for any one of those things up front with our seller, so they know going in, as opposed to having to negotiate with me for two different sides. I'd rather know up front, let them know up front, here's what I would charge if we do it this way, that way, or the other way. And then if buyers come with their own agent, it's a negotiation. It's just a part of the negotiation like anything else in the contract. It's just like any other expense.
And the transparency is helpful.
I
think that was one of the reasons that the lawsuit went poorly for the industry, because I don't believe the lawsuit in the net, when we look back 10 years, we're not going to see that there's a huge savings, because a service is being provided at a price. You don't have to buy that service. Right? Home prices are not going to go down in Laguna Beach, California, right?
Right.
It's just not. The good time to buy in New York City was yesterday.
Yeah.
And pretty much any town. I mean, there's going to be a little bit older parts of town, but right now, even if you look at the pricing just from 5 years ago, I mean, if you want to buy a home, usually it's a good time to buy now. And you look at rates and whatever. It doesn't matter. If you're going to be there for years and years and years, it's a pretty good time to buy. So anyway, the transparency is good. I think what has been exciting for everyone in the news and whatnot is they almost wanted an outcome that couldn't be had with that recipe, right?
Yeah.
Like somehow we're going to lower the pricing of a 5,000 square foot condo on the 30th floor of a building. It's like, no. I mean, that thing
yeah. Sellers aren't
price.
having that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can always get different services, right? I mean, even attorneys, even CPAs. You can go have a local bookkeeper do your taxes. You can have
H&R Block.
You can have a paralegal do your divorce. That's okay.
Right. That's right.
And things are going to change. They're going to continuously change. And the transparency is good. We sit down, we say, hey, this is what I'm going to charge. If you're not happy with that, don't sign it.
Yeah, right. Negotiate or don't, or move on. Yeah, and that's what happens. And so, and I think we're seeing somewhat of an exodus from the industry, both from a realtor side and from lenders too. Is what we're hearing is that the herd's getting thinned out a little bit in terms of realtors and in terms of loan officers, and that's a good thing, I think, also, because you're leaving the best there, and the people who maybe weren't doing it right or don't want to do it right,
agreed,
decide to go away.